What's up, family? We're building an audience. See if you can turn that back. Family, what's good? See, I got have on 3 on. Guys, tonight we're going to be talking about the marriage blueprint. I really want to give some tips on what a marriage should really look like. I really want you guys to get a picture, to be able to frame this in your mind about what marriage looks like. So listen, if you know somebody who you feel like needs this, go ahead and let them know. Let them know right now. Go ahead and tag them in this, tag them in it, or share it on their page. Share it on your page, whatever you need to do. But let people know that tonight we're talking about the marriage blueprint. Hi, baby. Is my music too loud there? Alright guys, another minute or so and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Guys, one of the things that I really want to stress tonight is the fact that we know how serious marriage is. Most of us understand how serious or how deep marriage can be. The problem is there we go. Most of us really just don't know how to do it. So what happens is we end up repeating the same mistakes that the people in our past did. Whatever you know marriage to be is what you expect your marriage to be. So if you've seen nothing but hell in marriage, you're not going to that it could be happy. More than likely, you're going to focus on all the negative things that you've seen in marriage. Now, here's the thing. I remember personally getting upset with my father because I felt like he didn't prepare me. And here's the truth. I had to realize this. Here's the truth. He didn't know how to prepare me. He could give me all the tips he wanted, but I couldn't know how to operate and apply what he taught me until I put my hands on it. The problem is most of us, once we get it in our hands, we realize how overwhelming marriage can be. And instead of using our hands and praying to God and really getting some information and cultivating and making it work, we push it away. We throw it away. But here's my question to you. What did you see in marriage that made you see it the way you do? What happened? What did you see that either pushed you in a negative way away from marriage or pushed you positively toward marriage? What's up, Mike? Mike Jackson. Keisha. What's up, Keisha? Co-host. Listen, so tonight, guys, we want to talk about this marriage blueprint, but I really want to know, and go ahead and type your questions, type your answers. What is it about marriage that you see growing up? And you don't have to be specific if you really want to be, private, I understand. But just give me some scenarios of what did you see that made you feel like marriage could or could not work? Because the truth is, whatever you saw is what you believe. So if you saw that, you believe that you saw marriage that worked, and you saw marriages that, then in your mind, marriage works. But if you saw marriage fail time and time and time and time again, more than likely you have a mindset that marriage doesn't work, or that it's not for me. Hey, Sale, what's up, sis? So, guys, tonight we're talking about the marriage blueprint. What does it look like? What does a perfect marriage look like? Now let me clarify that. There are no perfect marriages because there are no perfect people. But watch this. God's design for marriage is perfect. He designed it just the way it's supposed to be. Most of you know I did the Iron Sharpens Iron men's conference this past weekend. Man, it was awesome. But I shared something with the men in the group setting before we broke off into the small groups. And I said this: marriage cannot have a problem. Marriage only reveals problems. Selah, pause, calmly meditate. Let me say that again. Marriage cannot have a problem. In other words, we automatically say we have marriage problems. We have marriage issues, marital issues. Marriage itself, the institution of marriage that God designed, cannot, will not ever have a problem. It's the fact that when two people come together with two different mindsets on what marriage is and what the design is, the problems that they bring into the marriage is what gets revealed. What's up, Aaron? Good to see you, man. So let's look at it. Marriage itself cannot have a problem. It reveals problems. Whatever it is in you that is a struggle for you, it's going to be a struggle for the both of you now. Because you brought someone else in to help carry your load. You brought someone in to help carry your baggage. This is why it is so important. God, guys, it's crucial to alleviate and subtract as much junk as you possibly can before. Because whatever it is, you ask the other person to help me carry it. Help me. Fellas, let's put it this way. Help me. You need help in fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your design. Do you need her to help you fulfill destiny? Or do you need her to help me carry this junk around? Do you need her to help me get rid of all this trash I've been dealing with? Help me slowly, piece by piece, not bag by bag, but piece by piece throw away trash. No, she's your helpmate. She has come alongside you to help push out, birth out whatever purpose God has put in you. Now, it's hard for us to get to the birthing part of our purpose because we're too busy looking around junk. Sales said, right, it's going to come out of you. Yeah, you're right. Mike says, your partner helped it to come out of you. That's true. But listen, man, most of the times we come into relationships and we have these mindsets that this is how it's going to work. And the problem that we have is that our core beliefs are so different and so separated, and we've never sat down and discussed how do you see marriage? Husbands, ask your wife. Listen, guys, if you're dating, ask her, how do you see marriage? What does marriage look like to you? You might start asking yourself that question and realize, I don't see that. It don't add up that way for me. That's a point of conversation. You need to talk about that thing. Because whatever you don't discuss in the beginning is going to control you in the end. God, somebody better write that down. Well, they say WTD, write that down. Write that down. Whatever you don't discuss in the beginning of marriage or before marriage will control you during marriage. Man, that's deep. Thank you, God. Your core beliefs. Let's go ahead and get to the blueprint. The number one thing, your core beliefs. What are your core beliefs? It's what you expect. It's your expectations, it's your behaviors, and it's your perceptions. Your core beliefs meaning your expectations, what you're expecting to happen. Your expectations are birthed out of your experiences. So you only expect what you have or have not experienced. In other words, if I want to experience a certain thing bad enough, I will fight tooth and nail to make sure that in my life it's represented, that I experience it. So let's walk this out. Your expectations are birthed from your experiences. But if the two of you, if you and the person that you are talking about spending the rest of your life with, never sit down and discuss what you expect, what's going to happen the first time that expectation is not met? It's a problem. It's a problem. And as they say, it's going to hit the fan hard. Have y'all ever seen stuff hit the fan? Because when it hits the fan that's spinning, it goes everywhere. And let me tell you something. If you are not prepared in marriage, when your stuff hits the fan and you haven't discussed those expectations, watch out. And you better duck. Because you about to get messed up. Let's talk about the perceptions. Not only is it what you expect out of sometimes you may see what you think is the perfect marriage. But what you perceive out of that, what you get when you look at it, may be different from the next person. Everybody's not going to see it from the same perspective. My brothers and I, two brothers, I'm the youngest of three. We grew up in the same house, same parents. We watched the same thing every day. We watched them not argue. We watched them not cuss each other out and clown each other in each other's face, and out in front of us or anything like that. You've got to have a conversation about what's going to be the better choice for you, what decisions you're going to make together. Because what's going to happen, Keisha, you're right, what's going to happen when you guys finally sit down, it's going to be fight or flight. So either you're going to stick it out and you're going to knuckle up and y'all going to get into the nitty gritty, or somebody's going to bounce. Y'all, it's real talk. Somebody asked me why I do it this way. Listen, I explained to the guys at the Iron Sharpers Iron Conference the other week, Saturday rather. I said, listen, when God gave me real talk, I kept writing the two words together, and I said, okay, well, why do you keep giving it to me that way? And he said, because I want to make sure that you don't separate being real and being genuine from the conversation. we got to be real about this. We've had enough sugarcoating this stuff because the divorce rate is going to get higher. Marriages are going to continue to fall apart because people don't have the right tools to do it. Mike, you are absolutely right, man. This is we definitely need this in high schools. That's a prayer of mine. I really want to be able to teach this type of stuff to our teenagers. Because why? Listen, those of you who read my book and you know my story, you know I got married at 17 years old. 17? Y'all, my baby boy is 18 years old. If he told me tomorrow he was getting married, I would punch him dead in his throat. You're not ready to get married, son. You just finished watching cartoons. Sit down somewhere. You're not ready to watch this. Not even just that you're not ready to be married, you're not ready to be a husband. Because if you weren't ready, if you're not ready at 18, I know you weren't, because I wasn't ready at 17, I wasn't ready at 22. If we did, there's been we weren't ready when we first did. Why? Because nobody prepared us. We didn't know how to prepare. You can prepare to play football. You can prepare to play basketball. You can prepare to become a doctor. You can prepare to become a parent. You can prepare for all of that. But nobody teaches us how to be married. Nobody tells us this. So this is why I do this, guys. So listen, we talked about the core beliefs. We're talking about expectations, what you're expecting. Discuss it. Sit down with your mate and ask him, what is it that you expect of me as your wife? What is it that you expect of me as your husband? Listen, these are questions that you better ask. Because if they can't give you an answer now, they're not going to be able to give you an answer then. Goes back to what I'm always saying, guys. We teach people how to love us. You can't teach me how to love you if you can't tell me what you need. Don't make ladies, men, we are not mind readers. Quit trying to make us guess and try to figure out what it is you need from us. Tell us. Tell us. Just tell us. You're right, Mike. No one teaches us how to be in a relationship. That's why this needs to be on the school level. I totally agree. All right? We talked about perceptions. Discuss this stuff, guys. Talk about what is how you see things. Let me hear it from your perspective, because that's the only way I'm going to be able to understand from your point of view. Because you're looking at it from the left, I'm looking at it from the right. We've got two different angles on this thing. You're seeing something that I don't. I need to discuss that with you. Whew, man, Josh, you're right. Your parents cannot teach you either. They can model an expectation, but every marriage is different. Man, preach. Absolutely. Absolutely. But watch this. These core beliefs and this blueprint, it stays the same. Your information in it is going to be different, but these core beliefs are the same. Everybody needs to be talking about their expectation. Everybody needs to be talking about how they perceive something. Everybody needs to be talking about behaviors. Why does behaviors come into this? Why does behavior come into core beliefs? Because watch this. Because whatever you expect, or however you perceive something, is going to determine how you act. Y'all better write that down. Whatever you expect in marriage, and how you perceive something to go and to happen for you in marriage, is going to determine how you act in marriage. Guys, listen to me. I'm telling you, this is not, I don't do this from just a book standpoint. This is stuff that I have learned through life, through failed marriages. I'll take that back. Not failed marriages. Through my failures in marriage. Let me correct that. It wasn't that the marriage failed. I failed to work the principles. That's what the truth is. We failed to work the principles, but I take responsibility because I'm the man. That's my job. All right, here's it. Check this out. There's two sustainable components, two things in place. You better be able to understand what the principles are, and what passion is. All right. What are principles? Principles are insights to maintain order. That's all a principle is. Write that down. A principle is insight to maintain order. Anything that is not in order, in other words, anything that's not lined up the way it's supposed to be, is out of order. So you better understand what the principles really are. You better understand what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to work. William said the sad part is a lot of young guys grow up with the picture of divorce and no one showing them how not to end up the same way. Man, I tell people all the time, I remember going through divorce and not wanting to talk to anybody who had been through divorce, and that was stupid. What I should have been doing is trying to find somebody who had been through divorce and now operating in marriage successfully. That's what you want. You know, people clown on Steve Harvey. He been married 3 times and he trying to give relationship advice. That's who I want it from, because guess what? He's doing it right now. Him and Marjorie got this thing on lock. So here's the point. Yes, he may have failed in the first 2, but he finally found somebody that called him to the table to make it work. And she's helping him. Watch this. Ladies, please hear what I'm about to say. If there's a man in your life who is constantly in and out, up and down, up and down, he can't do right for nothing, please hear what I'm telling you. There is only one woman in our life, as a man, that man will do right by and for. There's only one woman that he is going to be convicted to do right by. And that's more than likely, that's going to be the woman that God has called him to. If you are pushing, and he is still running around doing his dirt, doing what he want to do, listen to me. You're probably not that woman. Don't take that as a bad thing. Let that brother go on. Because I promise you, God is preparing you for the man that he's called you to. But see, again here, this is the problem when it comes to marriages. We're not prepared because we've never sat down and understood and just waited on God. Let me give y'all this piece real quick. When I had gone through my second divorce at 32, I was crying. Y'all, I was so sick to my stomach because I knew marriage could work. I knew that it was possible. I don't watch my parents do it. I knew it was possible. At the time, I did not have a person who believed that with me and could fight for it. We were fighting against each other. But watch this. I began to pray. I wrote this in my book. I began to pray to God, and I said, God, why do I keep screwing this up? What is it about me that cannot make a marriage work? What did I do wrong? Why did I not listen to my parents? I was dogging myself out. And God told me this. You chose your first wife out of your flesh. I'm talking to somebody. Listen to me. He said, you chose your second wife trying to relive what you had in high school, trying to relive your past. He said, if you sit your butt down and wait on me, I'll give you a wife that will help you walk in purpose. Guys, ladies, please hear what I'm telling you. Don't marriage. Wait on God. Just because he asked you to marry him and handed you a ring does not mean that that is God telling you to do it. You have to make sure that you are hearing God properly and that you know for yourself. Mike says, that's why I asked the question the other day. I remember that, Mike. If you get married at church, does that church help you with the tools to keep you together? They can't, Mike. They can't. Let me tell you why. Most churches can't. Let me tell you why I say that. Most churches can't. Most pastors cannot. Let me tell you why. My father has a PhD in theology. He is a preacher's preacher. He is the good Reverend Doctor. When I was doing my book and I interviewed him, I asked him, how many couples have you counseled? He said, man, thousands. I said, how many of them are still together? He stopped. He said, I can only people that are still together right now. And I said, Dad, the couple that you're talking about is in sex. I knew who he was talking about. I knew the couple he was talking about. But out of all those couples, none of them were still together. Why? Because he went to seminary and they taught him how to preach. They taught him how to pastor. They taught him how to run church. They taught him how to do business. They didn't teach him how to counsel. Because there's no counseling criteria in seminary. You have to do something totally separate to get a counseling degree or a certification. They don't teach that to pastors. So listen, hear me well. While some of y'all are running to your pastor real quick, and you're trying to run to your pastor real quick to get a free counseling session, let me tell you something. He might not be prepared to give you the answers that you need. Because he hasn't been through it. He hasn't been through that part of it, so he doesn't know. You need to wait. Amen. Marie, so many people do it for a fleshy reason. And that was me. That was me. I did it for a flesh. It was just I felt good, so I tell you, I'm gonna do this. Trying to now fix it and make it spiritualize it. I done messed up in my flesh, so now I'm gonna fix it. I done messed up in my flesh, so now I'm gonna fix it being spiritual. No, that's done. Alright guys, listen, I gotta move on. Alright. Your principles are your insights to maintain order. You have to have something in place to know what order looks like and how to achieve it. Because if you don't, you're gonna struggle. Because I promise you, if you don't know what order looks like, you'll quickly find out what dysfunction looks like. Okay? Passion. We got to understand what passion is. Listen to this. Passion is not an event. It's an atmosphere. Listen to what I just said. Passion is not an event. You can't plan this and go, ooh, we're going to be passionate tonight. No, that's lust. That's sex. That's something totally different. I'm talking about a caring, loving atmosphere. Watch this. Passion is creating an intense desire to remain one. Listen to that again. Creating an intense desire to remain one. In other words, I'm passionate about my marriage because you know what? For the first time in my life, I got somebody who I got her back 100%, and I know she got mine. I'm passionate about it. Listen to me, guys. When I tell you, listen, I eat and breathe this stuff now. I didn't get it before. I didn't understand why I was going through all the hell in relationships. I didn't understand why I kept messing up. I didn't understand why all this stuff was failing. But now that I figured out what my purpose was, listen, it's the passion that I was lacking. So now, what do you do with it? It's an atmosphere. You're creating something that keeps going. Watch this. You have to keep the temperature at a certain level in a greenhouse. You know what the greenhouse is, where they have the flowers, they keep flowers in the little greenhouse? You have to keep the temperature in there at a certain temperature. No matter, watch this, listen guys, no matter what the temperature and the weather is doing on the outside, no matter what's going on the outside, here's the key. Can the temperature inside remain the same? Listen, all hell is breaking loose outside. But can we maintain some order and keep some peace and keep some passion in the house? Falling apart around you, can you keep some passion in a relationship? Listen, you better. You better. I was really hoping to get through more of this tonight, guys, but it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna let y'all know I'm coming back for part 2 of this next week, right? All right. So listen, I'm gonna give you one more real quick. Watch this. Here are the major needs when it comes to marriage. Bless you. Hey Cheryl, what's up, Maurice? Man, bless you, man. Watch this. Please listen to this. The major needs in marriage for the wife is security. Fellas, you got to understand. It is security financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, every possible way you can imagine her being secure. That's where you have to be. It is built security for her. When that woman is secure, brother, let me tell you something. She will help you through anything. She will push you. And if she can't push you, she will drag your butt because she trusts you. But if you can't make her feel secure, she has nothing to trust. If you tell me there's a trust issue in your relationship, that tells me there's some insecurities. Listen to what I'm telling you. Right? Ladies, check it out. Our number one need of a man is success. It's success. If you want, people say, the way to a man's heart is through his belly. No, it's not. The way to a man's heart is through his successes. Ooh, y'all better write this stuff down. I'm telling y'all. The way to a man's heart is through his successes. Because watch this. The woman that pushes him and reminds him how successful he is and how good he is and how blessed he is, and even though he has shortcomings, how perfect he is and how he can push, watch this. That'll be the woman that he'll be with. That'll be the woman that he can commit to. That will be the woman that he will shut everybody else down for. Why? Because he's getting what he needs from her. It's security. I mean, it's success. Ladies, if you're married, if you're dating, hear what I'm about to say. Stop telling that brother what he has failed at. He knows. Men don't have to be reminded of where they failed. We know exactly where we failed. Brothers, help me out. We know exactly where we failed. We don't need you reminding us of that. But what we do need you for is we need you to remind us when we've done well. We need you to remind us of our successes when we're in the middle of feeling like a failure. When all hell is breaking loose and we feel like we have messed up once again, we need somebody to come alongside us and remind us where we flew. Stop reminding me of where I failed, but remind me of the times I flew. Y'all better hear this. God. I don't know what's on this tonight. Yes, I do. It's God. Listen. Stop reminding that brother of when he failed. Remind him of when he flew. Somebody post that, tag me, and I'm just saying. Put it on Facebook, Twitter, all of them. Put it on Tinder too. Just joking. All right, listen. I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I gotta let this go. We'll be back. I promise you. I promise you. We're gonna be back and we're gonna finish this up. But ladies' number one need is security. A man's number one need is success. Guys, I need you to make sure that you are pushing these two things. Build success and build security in her. She'll build success in you. My wife is giving me notes. Yes, dear. My wife just gave me a note. Listen, Real Talk Cafe. Listen, go to my page. I'm gonna post this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in the comments for you guys. If you want to host an event, we're doing something now called Real Talk Cafe. We're bringing Real Talk to you. If you want to host it at your home, at your church, at your business, if you at least have 10 people minimum, at $10 a piece, $20 a couple, we are coming to you. We're bringing Real Talk to you. The host is free. Whoever hosts the event, they are free. But if we at least get 10 people, and for an event, we will come to you. We will bring to you whatever class we need, whatever you want to do. Listen, we're making this thing so affordable and so easy that people don't have an excuse. You flat out don't have an excuse. Okay? Real Talk Cafe. I'm going to post the picture, the photo, in the link. Take that link, shop around, listen, forward it, share it with people. But listen, schedule an event. Give us a call. The phone number is 423-381-0774. That's our office line. You leave a voicemail there. Deborah will get back with you to get something set up. But listen, you don't want to miss this, guys, because I'm telling you, this is a season where I feel like God has really pushed us into this, and we can bring Real Talk to you. Now listen, as this thing grows, it's going to be more difficult for us to do this. Listen to what I'm telling you. It's going to be more difficult for us to do this. So get in while we can do this now, okay? Don't miss out on this opportunity. Hawk, man, you know we already down to come to Nashville, bro. Come on, what's up? Get tenant and folk in your apartment complex. Tell me quit playing. So listen, guys. Next week, we're going to finish this up, I promise you. The blueprint, the marriage blueprint, part 2, next week, all right? Share this, comment, tell people how you feel about it, tell people what you think of it. Listen, guys, we really need to hear from you because we want to make sure that we're doing what you need. If you hear something or think of a topic that you want us to cover, let us know. Send it to us. Inbox me and let us know. Marie, thank you so much for joining us tonight. God bless you. I really do appreciate you guys more than you know. So listen, join us here again next Tuesday, Real Talk Live at 6:30 p.m. Share this with your friends. Send this out. Don't let this slip through your fingers without sharing it with someone else who just might need the word that was given tonight. God bless you guys. Have a good night. Peace.